Hey guys, welcome to Nate and Greg's World. My name is Greg, and on February 14th, I went and headed back down to Ottawa to try to document as much as I possibly could about what was actually going on with the Freedom Convoy. On February 17th, I ended up having to leave, unfortunately, due to other commitments that I had. And since then, all hell has broken loose down in Ottawa. I am thoroughly disgusted by the actions that I have seen, and everything that I had documented up until the time that I left, I truly believe do not justify what has gone on since then. I highly recommend that you go and actually have a look about what's gone on, what's happened, and see all the different interviews and talks that I've had with the people that have actually been down there. And then you comment and tell me, is what's happened in the last few hours actually gone and been justified? Stay tuned.
I got no balls to pick with you.
Hey guys, it's Greg from Nate and Greg's World. As promised, I am back out here again down in Ottawa to find out what's all going on with the Convoy for Freedom. We just landed in Ottawa there, myself and my traveling companion there that I'm not going to put on camera here. But we showed up to 302 Coventry there, where they're basically staging everything going on here. There's been a lot of things going on since I last posted, and I'm here to go and try and get to the bottom of it all. I'm sick and tired of hearing the liberal and mainstream media spout off about different things, and I'm really sick and tired of hearing the Liberals in the House of Commons spouting off about different things as well. Now, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but you know what? I want to find out what the truth is, what's going on, and what's happening. But as you can see, here we are, right here at 302 Coventry, and we're going to go in and we're going to see if we can get a couple interviews. So here we are, we're inside probably the main tent that's over here at Coventry Road, and I gotta say, this is absolutely blowing me away. We have a bunch of different cook stations going on. We have people being able to sit down, get warm again. We have groups of people that are sorting stuff out to, bring to the truckers, whether it's like deodorant, bars of soap, toothpaste, stuff like that. And then, of course, there's the support and help for everybody else that is doing the support. And there's like free food going on. There's water bottles. There's so much stuff coming in. And it's absolutely fantastic. If I can find a way to, you know what, I'm going to see if I can find out where people can donate if they're interested in donating. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep going with this. All right. So who are we talking to today?
Serge.
Okay. So how long have you been here?
3 weeks.
You've been here like right from the start then?
Yeah, I'm here for 3 weeks. Also, what we're doing here, we do some delivery for trucking in the morning to bring breakfast to all the trucker. We start that maybe once a week ago, and we approach around 100 breakfasts every morning. We deliver that to all trucker between 7 and 9:30. That's mean I'm here to I'm here to have my freedom, and we're all here to have our liberty. That's why it's important to be here to support our trucker and to support too all the kid. We're here for the kid, and we're here for a lot of people. You have a lot of an emotion in there, a lot of love. It's really emotional here. It's all Pacific, but we don't have any chance. We don't have no choice to fight, and that's why we're here to give the freedom for country.
No, that's awesome. And like I just showed up. This is my first time at Coventry Road there. Like I rolled in with the truckers originally there, then I had to go home, and I'm like, I gotta come back. I gotta see what's going on downtown. I gotta see what's happening at Coventry. I heard all about it. And I showed up, and just walking into this tent is just absolutely incredible. Like right here, we have deodorant, we have soap, we have toothpaste, and then I'm seeing like all the food. Like we have a bunch of different cook stations going on. Like this is incredible.
Yeah, it's really nice. A lot of people bring everything. There are lots of donation. We have. I think they know what's happening in here. People come here and we have the whole line. We support really the truckers, and here it's start from here, all the food and everything to bring our trucker. That's why they stay on the line because they got support from them. That's why we have to keep it strong. We have to stay in peace and love. That's why we're here, and I think come here it's really emotional. It's more than how you could say that. It's more than a fight. It's love and peace.
Right.
That's why we have to support them. They hold the line because we are here.
No, and I completely understand that. Being ex-military and stuff like that, I was part of the support system for the Army going in and stuff, and it's vital, the support that the people that are doing the fighting is able to do. And you're still fighting yourself. It's just you're able to provide that support for the people that are going to be right there, and this is just incredible. Now, as I said, like I'm seeing all the stuff here. Is there more stuff that people or that the truckers need that you're just not getting right now?
But for now, the trucker have everything. What is tough for the trucker, it's to be with his wife or to be with his kid. It's emotional. We're not just a breakfast or something we bring to the trucker. We bring love and we bring from the heart, because it's tough for them. It's going to be the third week, and it's tough. We have to hold the line, but like I said, it's really more emotional. What we put together this morning and every morning, like I said, between 7 and 9:30, it's breakfast. It's warm. They make some comfort to them. That's why they love that, and they told me they hold the line for that. They don't want to go home.
Right. Yeah, because they're seeing all the support that's behind them. So I understand. Like, if you have that support, it's a lot easier to do what it is that you need to do.
Right. That's it. Because we heard a lot of situation where they explain to us. We like a psychology for them. They ask. They have some emotional. Somebody die from from depressed and everything. It's I cannot tell you. Me, I was supposed to stay here 1 day, 2 days, and it's going to be my third week.
Yeah.
And I cannot go home. Because if I go home, it's like I forget my my liberty. That's why I'm stay with them. It's tough for me to going home and leave the trucker in the back. That's why it's more than a service. It's your heart in here. That, and all people in here, they know what it is here. We have a lot of donation, and it's all free.
No, and that's absolutely fantastic. And I just want to say thank you so much for what it is that you're doing and what everybody else is doing here. This is incredible. I was blown away the first time when I first came down, seeing everybody getting together, standing on the bridges, that kind of unity. But seeing the support system that's going on, it's just absolutely incredible. So thank you so much. All right, so here I am. I'm talking with, who am I talking with?
Steve.
All right, Steve, and how long have you been down here?
I'm on day 12 now.
Day 12. So you came down like almost right at the very beginning?
Thursday of that first week.
Right, okay, perfect. So what brought you down here?
Well, my motivation is my kids. I got 3 kids, 15, 14, and 12. So that's my key motivation. And but everyone else's kids is my motivation. Like I'm all about our kids, right? Our future, and trying to help this thing out so that they don't ever have to deal with this again.
Right, absolutely.
This shouldn't occur ever again. So, yeah, that's my main motivation. Obviously, I don't agree with a lot of our government and the things that they're getting away with and what they're doing, but yeah, that's the meat and potatoes of it, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. So what was it that suddenly just said, I got to be there?
Oh, from the hop, I had to be here. I actually was sick when it started with COVID. Go figure. So I had to stick around home for a few days, and then I had one small job to clean up, and then I cleared my schedule, and I just knew that these are my people. These are the people that, you know, I want to stand with. So I just came with a pickup truck loaded full of gear and tools and all kinds of goodies, and yeah, I found a great group. I was one of the carpenters that built the soup kitchen that's here.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's at the back of the lot here now. It's up and operational again. That was at Confederation Park for about a week. So yeah, made a great group of Quebecers and worked with a bunch of Quebecers, carpenters, and we all worked great together. And yeah, it's just been great, you know.
Perfect. And where are you from?
Windsor region.
Windsor region. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm not too far away. I'm from London.
Okay,
Yeah. So this tent right here, like I'm blown away by just what's all available for everyone. The work that's going on in here.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. It's such a collection of just great people with one goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Supporting the truckers, supporting the movement, supporting every little bit they can, however they can. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Perfect. Thank you so much for talking with me. All right, guys. Just a quick update right now. So Krista Freeland was just on the news going and talking about the whole Emergency Act and all that crap there. And I got to personally say that is a bunch of fucking horse shit right there. The mood in the tent that I was in, they were rather jovial. They were basically laughing at everything she had to say. And you know what? To me, that says a lot right there. That, you know what? The government is trying to have this entire overreach of everything that people are trying to do, trying to get back their freedoms and stuff like this. And the government's like, fuck you, you can't have your freedoms. And that's basically what it boils down to. And this is garbage. This is absolute garbage. You know, there's going to be more to it. It's unbelievable. Needless to say, as I said, nobody was, let's say, overly angry or anything like that. There's people a little pissed off about the announcement, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But as I said, for the most part, they were laughing because they know that the Liberal Party is just basically confirmed that they're idiots. It's that simple. So, sorry, your name's Quentin?
Yeah, it's Quentin Gregg.
Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, so we just finished going and hearing from the wonderful leaders of our country there about they're bringing in the Emergency Measures Act and stuff like this. I'm sitting here in the tent over here at Coventry Road, and as I was mentioning earlier there, yeah, people are a little pissed off, but at the same time, they're finding it to be a bit of a joke, and they're trying to laugh it off. What's your take on this?
Well, firstly, I'm disappointed because they're misrepresenting a large number of their constituents in this country. They may have been voted in, but right now people are speaking and they're not listening. They refuse to listen. Our MPs are letting us down, and one of which is Glenn Moss. He's an MP of Milk River in Alberta, which is the Coots border crossing. His people have spoken. He's not listening. He's just ignoring. I don't get it. I don't understand why these people think they're better. When I say these people, I'm talking about our ministers of parliament. They were elected by the people. They work for the people, so represent the people. Even if it's a small group of people, they still have a voice. They need to be heard. It's irrelevant. They're not being heard. Look at this.
Yeah, no, and like I was watching those comments earlier during question period and stuff, and they just kept rolling on the same crap over and over again. That it's an illegal protest. It's they're doing so much damage and violence and stuff like that. Anything that I have actually seen is not that at all.
You know what? I haven't seen one violent act in the 17 days that I've been in Ottawa. In fact, if there was violence, it's on the news of the police carrying people away. But they don't show the act. They only show the aftermath. They don't show them accosting people that are actually just standing up for what they feel is right. They're not the violent ones. Our authoritarians are the violent ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for talking to me. I know there's probably a whole lot more you want to say, but we'll just leave it at that.
You bet, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Hey guys, here we are today. We're down at Parliament, and right now I'm standing over here by the National War Memorial there, and it's just absolutely incredible to see all the vets that are actually out here taking care of this, you know, making sure that people know what's going on and what it is that they've gone and, you know, all the vets in the past have sacrificed to give us the freedom that we're wanting, which, in my personal opinion, the Trudeau government is trying to take away nonstop. I mentioned it just previously in the podcast there that we got word that he's gone and entered the Emergency Act there, which is basically the Wartime Measures Act, which is a bunch of crap. And to do that over a peaceful protest, because that's really what this is a peaceful protest. Everybody's been peaceful. It's been a party, you know, people just trying to show their voice, and that's it. So it's unreal what he's doing. The whole world's laughing at him. You know, I saw a tweet this morning from the president of El Salvador going, saying, you know, basically, like, are you serious? You're instituting this Measures Act to go and take care of a peaceful protest? What are you going to do when something big really happens? But anyways, as you can see behind me there, you know, we got the War Memorial. It's looking absolutely beautiful. And it's something that we really got to pay attention to, because all these people have gone and sacrificed so much for our freedoms. Don't let the government take it away. All right, so I'm here talking with Jake, right?
Jake Spinney, yep. Jake Spinney, that was for Nova Scotia, former of the Royal Canadian Dragoons.
Perfect, fantastic. How long did you serve for?
Just 3 years, not a combat vet, just did my time. Right.
So why is it that you came out?
I live in Nova Scotia under the tyrannical rule of Tim Houston, and my 65-year-old mother can't watch her grandkids play soccer outside, right? Like, they have no leverage on me to get a shot. I'm a homesteader, right? Like, you're going to have to come down my dirt road to get me, but that just disgusts me to my soul.
Right.
Period. Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, when the media first put out the whole thing about the War Memorial being defaced and all that stuff there, what was your initial thoughts?
Well, anything that comes from the legacy media, I question immediately. Yeah. And I've seen the video. The girl, you know, she got on the tomb, danced a little bit, whatever. I'm not saying that was right, but if you look at the video, man, like, I don't think that girl was in her right mind.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
She'd
absolutely
had too
not.
much to drink, whatever. And I guess my other question is, if they were so concerned about desecration of the War Memorial, where's the honor guard?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no honor guard here anymore since Cirillo, or shortly thereafter. So why isn't this spotless? And where's the honor guard? Because I've had, I don't know, probably 60 Ottawa residents to this point tell me they've never seen the War Memorial look this good.
Yeah.
So who's been desecrating it?
Yeah. No, and like, I saw the TikTok video there the other day where y'all came in, you grabbed the fences, you removed the fences.
Yes, sir.
And for me, that was truly emotional. I was watching that. I am a vet myself.
Very
you know,
nice, very good.
And to go and see that.
Glad to hear you got the approval, even though the woke leftist that runs the Legion thinks we're all whatever, terrorists or insurrectionists or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and it's just amazing to see what you guys have done, how you're keeping it up, you know, as opposed to, you know, what's not being done. You know, like as you said, like, there's been no honor guard, there's been nothing happening around here. This is the cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah.
So
walk one street out of the convoy, and it's disgusting.
Right. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. No, it's incredible, and I just want to thank you for coming out here, doing this. And
my pleasure, man. I came in with part of the convoy, but you know, I'm not a trucker, I'm not a mechanic, so I was running fuel for them the first days, and then it was snowed, so we came out here, and it just kind of evolved into that, and I met more and more vets. We started. If any vets are watching, we meet here at 1300 every day. Please come out. We love talk. I've had the best chats of my life down here, man. Right. Honestly and truly. Yep.
Right on. Awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate
it. My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
As I walked through the downtown core, I could not believe the amount of love, the amount of patriotism, and just the sheer amount of community going on within all these truckers and protesters. I'd never seen anything more peaceful in my entire life. Yep, right downtown, in front of the parliament there, that was probably where the loudest action was. You know, there was trucks honking their horns, there was music playing, there's people dancing in the streets, there was people just coming together. I had people coming up from all over the place, coming in to see me, going and just introducing themselves, saying, "Hi, I'm so and so. Where are you from?" And I ended up making a lot of new friends that day, all over. It was absolutely an enjoyable thing to see and to be part of. But in the back of my head, I kept hearing all the talk on social media and the mainstream media talking about what a disgrace it was, what it was to actually be there, and that there was so much violence, businesses being closed, you know, so many different incidents with police. And I had to find out for myself. I went and I talked to the parliamentary police, I talked to the RCMP, I talked to the OPP, I talked to the Ottawa police. And I asked them all the exact same question. I said, "Listen, I've been told that it's been quite violent down here. What type of incidents are you guys seeing?" And they said, "We're not seeing any incidents. You know, any of the incidents that are coming towards us is from people who are not the protesters. The protesters have been peaceful this entire time." And that really made me wonder, what was it that I had been listening to? What was it that I had been seeing? I couldn't get any of the police officers to actually comment on camera for fear of reprisal, which I can completely understand. But I had to find out more. I walked around to a number of businesses and I talked to the shop owners and I asked them, I'm like, "You guys are still open?" I was told that all the shops around here were having to be shut down because of the truckers. And they were all saying that no, we decided that we needed to open up and we needed to take care of our business because for the last 2 years, everything had been shut down. Later on in this podcast, you're going to end up hearing from one of the shop owners themselves that goes and explains exactly what's been going on with the truckers and what's happened. And it is truly a beautiful story to hear. I talked to a couple of the locals that were in the area and they didn't want to be filmed as well. And I asked them, "Listen, what is your actual thoughts on the protest?" And the couple of people that I talked to, they said that while they might not necessarily support the truckers and the convoy, they could understand why they were there and what it was that they were doing. They did say that it had been a bit of a disruption to their life, you know, trying to move around. And that was the extent of it. They said that things had gotten loud, but for the most part, when it comes time for night, they started quieting down. It worked out quite well. So I was still in a little bit of shock to try to figure out where all this hate was coming from. I went and I ended up talking to, or going through and doing a live on my TikTok. And that's kind of what you're seeing right now on the screen if you're watching the YouTube channel and you're seeing what's going on. And the only place that I found the hate and the disdain for this protest was from people coming into my live and yelling and screaming about how everyone was nothing more than a bunch of white supremacists, taking away everybody else's freedoms and rights just because they're wanting to be whiny and not vaccinated. I had never seen so much hate and disdain in my entire life flooding into my comment section on my live TikTok. And it was truly disgusting to see. And clearly, none of these people had actually ever been downtown. They were sitting behind their keyboards, yelling and screaming. They had been watching the mainstream media because a lot of them were just regurgitating exactly what the media was saying. And it was truly horrifying to see the country being that divided over stuff that the mainstream media and the liberal government had been putting out. Whereas if they had just gone and come down to Ottawa, seen for themselves what was truly going on, then there wouldn't be as much division as is out there right now. It took me a while, but I finally went and found a fellow TikToker there that I've been going and keeping an eye on, and asked him if I could go and do an interview with him. So here it goes right now with an interview with a good buddy of mine now, Rooster. All right, guys, here I am today, and I'm sitting here with Rooster, who has been all over TikTok. I've been following this guy. He's been putting out some amazing stuff, talking about what's all gone down here. I highly recommend, if you haven't watched what's going on, check out his TikTok. Honestly, he's been spreading the word, spreading the truth about what's going on. I contacted Rooster here over the weekend, I believe it was, and said, listen, I really want to talk to you. He's like, yeah, come on down, find me. It took me two days, but I finally found him, and here we go. So, Rooster, first off, thanks so much for, coming out and, doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for being here. It's all about spreading the truth, man. So, all about spreading the truth. One thing this entire situation has given me is actually the courage to go on camera, because I didn't have it before this. So, it's working out pretty good. I might have found my calling.
Yeah, you definitely seem like a natural on TikTok, that's for sure. So where is it that you're coming in from?
I came in from Sylvan Lake, Alberta.
So all the way out there. So you've pretty much been with the convoy right from when it first started rolling through.
Yeah, I was a little bit behind. I had to do some catch up, but yeah, pretty much right from the start. Yeah.
Right on. Then you managed to come down here, and I know just from your TikToks and stuff, you had to move the truck around here and there every once in a while. Play some games here and there. But for the most part, you've been basically parked right downtown here.
Yeah, right here in this block. We've been in this block since day one, so we're 2.5 weeks here now, right? So, and we don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Right. So, what was it that originally, just kind of kicked you in the ass and said, "I got to fucking go here"?
Like I said, like I told Fox News, I've been kind of hoping for something to happen, a little bit of I don't know if rebellion's the right word, but standing up against this Trudeau and his tyrannical ways. I mean, we all know that he doesn't work for Canada, and he hasn't since he got in. So I want my kids to have a future, and I want all the children of Canada to have a future. Not that a lot of these people that are brainwashed by mainstream media don't even realize what's coming, because they've taken history out of school, so people don't even know, or they're trying to hide it, right? Yeah. I'm not comparing this to the Holocaust or anything like that, but tyrannical acts in other countries is a well-known fact. So, yeah. And this guy is working for them, not for Canada. So,
right. So you went, you saw this stuff, and you're just like, forget that. I got to come down here. I got to be part of this.
Absolutely. A lot of us that are down here, we just basically put our lives on hold, because if these guys get their way, life as we know it is going to be over. So, trying to make a living, trying to get a paycheck, and trying to keep that going is just, as far as I'm concerned, it's in a sense a waste of time right now until we get this figured. So,
right. Now, I've seen a lot of things over, Facebook and, all the different social media stuff. And, you always got the haters that are out there going and saying, well, I support the real truckers, the ones that are still out there doing their stuff. And as far as I know, I know when I was coming down on the convoy hearing it over the CB, there's a lot of truckers going, yeah, go get them, stuff like that. We'd love to be there, but, we're going to continue holding the fort over here,
Yeah. And I mean, I got no issues with that. I mean, people need to eat and stuff. We're not a bunch of savages and that. I mean, that's not our intention, is to starve out Canada and stuff. But at the same token, this tyrannical government's got to realize that the people aren't taking its shit anymore. So, right. And we won't stop. I mean, they can do it. They're gonna They can arrest us. They can do whatever they want. There's just more coming that are going to fill a seat. So it's just funny, you know. I mean, there's one person standing in front of all this, and he won't leave. If that one person would leave, we could start rebuilding this country again properly. But so I mean, all of these guys, all of these corrupt guys that are in the offices right across Canada need to get purged and get out of here because, you know, I mean,
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally understand. You know, like as I mentioned before we started talking, you know, I'm a vet, and I never thought, like, I went overseas. You know, I fought for people's rights and freedoms over there. I never thought I'd be sitting here in my own country trying to fight for rights and freedoms.
Yeah.
You know, it's absolutely disgusting to me as far as I'm concerned. Now, right from the get-go, Trudeau's been going and saying that, you know, bunch of hatred, bunch of, you know, white supremacists, racist, misogynist, and, you know, we've all heard the words and stuff like that. And I think what's been great is the social media and the TikToks and, you know, everybody going live and stuff and showing what's actually going down. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but like he's stopped using, you know, racists and misogynists and, you know, stuff like that lately, you know. So I really think the social media really is helping.
Well, absolutely it is. We're spreading the truth, and that's what it's all about, is getting it out. We have to pretty much squash mainstream media's narrative that these liars are putting out. I mean, you know, it's funny. It's one thing to sit wherever you're sitting and listen to the television and the shit that they spew, but it's another thing to be sitting down here and actually be the one that they're accusing of it. It kind of puts a whole new spin on it. And yeah, well, the adults are in town and we're not afraid of them, so it's kind of a different, little bit different scenario than they're used to. So the only way they're going to be able to remove us is by unlawful acts, breaking the law, and I just feel sorry for them if they try it. That's all, because it's just Trudeau is just digging himself a deeper hole every day here with this shit. The longer he lasts, because it's him that's holding it all up. So
yeah, absolutely, because there's so many MPs that are actually on the side of the truckers, and they're like, yeah, no, what they're doing is just totally fine. But as I said, like, he's gone and he's removed the language that he was using, calling racist and misogynist stuff, and now he's just gone with the straight, it's an illegal protest. It's an illegal protest. Well, I've talked to the police and, you know, like different officers that are on the streets that won't get on camera, and I don't blame them. You know, and I've asked them, I'm like, listen, as far as I understand, you know, with the Charter of Rights and the Bill of Rights and, you know, all that there, this is a totally legal protest. There's nothing illegal about it. Can you please help me understand why Trudeau is calling this illegal? And honestly, in my personal opinion, because they said, no, there's nothing illegal about it. My personal opinion is he realized that he can't get it out there that it's a bunch of racist and misogynists now, so got to change the language, just start trying to convince everybody that's illegal.
Exactly. I mean, you have, so every province, every small town pretty much out there in Canada right now knows somebody who's down here, knows somebody who's fighting for their rights, knows somebody who's standing up for them, and they know that person as well. So the things that they're accusing us of, a lot of the public knows that it's a bloody lie and it's just outright garbage. So that's helping us a lot too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've had a lot of followers and stuff on Facebook before this who know what I'm about. So when they hear that I'm down here beating up homeless people and taking their food, or starting apartment building on fire, or all this other shit that they're trying to say, that we're harassing citizens, locals, ripping masks off, like the stuff that they're making up is fucking it's bizarre. Yeah. It's just out the fucking lunch. So it's annoying, and it's character defamation. So I know that there's a great big group of lawyers that are working on stuff on behalf of the truckers here, and this isn't going to be over for a long time. So we want justice, basically, and we want our country back. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And like over the past couple of days, like I rolled in on Monday, I stopped off at Coventry Road to go and, you know, see what was going on, and I just happened to be at Coventry Road when the big press conference came out about the Emergency Measures Act, you know, and stuff like this. And I gotta say, I was probably the most pissed off person in that entire tent, you know, because everybody else was just like, yeah, fuck off, whatever, we don't care, you know. And it hit me differently, you know, because I don't think I've been, you know, around all the love and support that's actually been going on around here, right? So my heart wasn't fully filled with the joy at the time, you know. But you know, it's been interesting, you know, since he's gone and done that. And like the latest thing that I heard talking to a few people this morning is they're handing out more letters saying that, you know, arrests are coming if you don't disperse and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, and what I've heard, this is just another one of the tactics, like the same stuff that they've been throwing out like ever since this started.
Yeah, I didn't get a letter on my truck myself. I've seen this letter floating around. To me, it looks like it was written by a 3-year-old. So if that's their legal department, then we have nothing to worry about. If they're writing letters like that, I mean, I just glanced and read over it quick, and to me, it looks like a joke. It doesn't even look official, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. So that's just my opinion. I've seen lots of legal documentation, and that letter is just to me, it's another scare tactic. Now they are talking about, because he did enact this emergency act. So for 7 days, it kind of sounds like they're going under the umbrella that they can just kind of do what they want with no recourse, right? So we're all prepping up for that again. I mean, we've been down here for every night, everybody kind of stays awake and we're watching and stuff. That's why there's no crime in Ottawa anymore. Yeah. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, whatever they do from now on here is going to be illegal unless it's under this fake act by this tyrannical government that the majority wants out of office. So it's he's reaching now. He's pulling straws. He's hanging on. He's trying to do the best, but we're not afraid. That's all we got to say. We're not moving. And there's more people coming still.
Yeah. I saw, what was it? The trade workers now, they're all over TikTok there saying we're on our way. I know there's more truckers coming. I know there's more civilians they're rolling in as well, and it's just going to be huge.
The Marine guys are coming, the pipeliners, like everybody, man. Like everybody that the society depends on for all their necessities are coming to stand up for their rights. So to the armchair quarterbacks out there who just want to sit there and be trolls and stuff, all I can say is we need you guys too, so keep it up, because Trudeau needs somebody else to look goofy with.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I showed up here earlier this morning there, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go and do a TikTok live there so everybody can see what's going on. And half the people that were in my live, just nothing but a bunch of trolls. And I was just calling them out for doing that. Well, let's just say my live didn't last very long because apparently somebody reported me for harassing behavior. But,
The best thing that you can do with those trolls is just ignore them. That drives them up. You know what I mean? I always just check. Usually, Trudeau's paid a lot of money to somebody to sabotage this and make sure it doesn't go the way we want it to go. Yeah. So they're kind of falling on their faces in a little bit because we won't bite. They're trying to. There's even police officers that are trying to get us to, reciprocate, to fight back. But we just won't do it because, like I said, the adults are in town. So that's why these guys are having such a struggle with this, because we won't bite their shit. We can control our emotions and we know what's at stake, right? So, so as you hear about truckers that are doing this kind of stuff, it's just a bunch of horse shit. So, who's that? I'm just doing a podcast.
Yeah, no, okay. Now, personally for myself, like when I was rolling down here, the support and from everyone that I was seeing was just absolutely incredible. I know I got misty-eyed, just looking at all the bridges and stuff like that, coming down. Like, what are your thoughts on the amount of support that's really out there?
Coming across Canada, coming through towns, 1 o'clock in the morning, minus 30, and people were out there alongside the highway, all dressed up, and fires going. I mean, right across Canada, the support, the overpass is full of people. I mean, True Turd calls us a small fringe minority with unacceptable views. Well, then the entire world's a small fringe minority, because that's basically what it is. The small fringe minority is the people that are against what we are doing, and whatever, just misled. Just misled. I've never cried so much. I've never felt so much emotion as I did crossing this country with these people. Look at all these letters we could show some after if you want, but I got stacks from little kids, 6-year-olds drawing pictures, thanking us for fighting for their future and stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, these people that are against this are also against children, as far as I'm concerned, because that's who's going to suffer. It's the future is going to suffer with these guys building this dictatorship, which is what they're after. So we're just not going to stop. We're not getting out of the way, because after seeing that, I'm fighting for the kids, man, and I don't quit. So, and I'm not intimidated easy. No. So a lot of us are like that down there. It's actually strengthened. I actually got it. Like I said this before on Fox when I did the interview, I got to thank Trudeau for the unity that he's given this country. That's one thing. Thank you, man, because he's actually brought the entire friggin' country together. Even Quebec is here in full force. And it's all coming out. It's all coming out how the media over all these years, these tyrannical pricks, have separated the countries, separated the people in the country. Quebec doesn't want Black Quebecois. Quebec wants to be Canada and have the freedom to be able to vote whoever they want to vote for.
Yeah.
So this is all just coming out in the wash, and now this truth train that's running, they're not going to be able to stop, no matter what they do. They can arrest as many of us as I want. It doesn't matter, because somebody's just going to fill our seats. It's not going to go away. So they're just wasting time. The only thing is get Trudeau out of office and get a Canadian for Canada up in that office. That's actually going to clean out the rest of these buildings across Canada for leadership, because it's corrupt everywhere. Anybody who's been for this pandemic, as far as I'm concerned, is just as criminal as the people that set it loose and started all this.
Yeah. No, right on. No, I really appreciate you sitting down and talking to me about this. You know, as I said, like, I've been watching all your TikToks and, you know, just hearing what's going on, what's happening downtown. I'm so glad that I was actually able to, you know, sit down with you and have a little chat. And like, as you said, you know, like, you got all these cards and stuff. And like, I've seen you, you know, bringing up the cards and the letters in some of your TikToks. I've seen a few of the other truckers bringing up all the cards and letters and stuff. And like, it's absolutely incredible. And, you know, as you said, you know, like, he kept calling this movement a small fringe minority, and you nailed it on the head. You know, like, you got support all around the world going on. And, you know, the one comment that I keep hearing on TikTok or any of the social media is, you know, oh, well, you only have, like, you know, 1 million people down at Ottawa there. Like, what kind of, you know, excuse? You really are only the fringe minority. Well, that's just the amount of people that were able to show up to Ottawa. You know, you've got support countrywide of people that are like, yeah, we're behind you. It's just we can't make it to Ottawa. Like, you have people going to actual the provincial parliament buildings. You have the Coots River, was it Milk River there? Like,
The border crossing.
yeah, you know, you got people all over the place, you know, all supporting this stuff. So this is definitely not some small fringe minority. You know, it's absolutely incredible. And like, I was down here a little bit earlier, and I was talking to one of the truckers, and there was a lady that was going by, and apparently she was going around collecting up laundry to go and help with the laundry. And like, there's, you know, the tents with the food and stuff like that. And like, I think that is absolutely incredible. You know,
the amount of support down here it's overwhelming. We really want for nothing, to be honest with you. I can't explain it. I mean, people throwing food in the trucks all across Canada, and I mean, everything, socks, shirts, it is amazing. It really is. Did you go down this block? Down this block over here, if you go down there about 3 blocks, we have a rolling Walmart. There's a step deck down there, and it's just full of pretty much everything that anybody could need out here as far as clothing and stuff. You should check that out.
wow, yeah, I will for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the support is overwhelming, and it's worldwide.
Yeah.
We've gone worldwide here now with this, and the world is laughing at Trudeau right now.
Oh yeah.
He can't recover from this, even if he wanted to. It's impossible.
No.
He's a fried chicken.
Absolutely. Well, Rooster, I just want to thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. It's been an absolute pleasure, you know, and I know that you've definitely got my support this whole way, and I'm going to do what I can, you know, as a podcaster to try to make sure that, you know, the truth about what's really going on is getting out there. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Thanks so much for being here.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely spread the truth, you guys. The truth has to get out. You guys, it's actually you guys that are winning this, that are spreading the truth. We're basically down here sitting downtown just as the punching bags for you. But it's you guys that are actually winning it by spreading the truth here for us. So just please keep that up, because the country depends on us squashing this narrative that this mainstream is paid to show you guys.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you can hear me here right now. Unfortunately, my audio's gone down, so we're just working with the GoPro right now. So ended up going and meeting a couple people, and they've been here, like, how long you guys been here for?
Past 2 weeks now.
Past 2 weeks. Okay, perfect. Now, I have personally gone and seen, like, all the unity and stuff that's been going on here. I know we had a little chat here before, and sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get everybody in here. You know, we had a good chat about what's all been going on, what's happening, and it's just absolutely remarkable. Like, right now, like, I saw you were talking about this fence here, like, there's a fence that's got some issues, and you guys are getting ready to fix it all up.
Well, yeah.
Right? You know, so, like, that there in itself is awesome. But, like, what have you guys been experiencing around here?
wave of love and unity that I never expected to happen on planet Earth, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And especially in the middle of the winter in Canada. I was getting ready to sell the house and get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I've seen incredible acts of kindness at every turn. I've seen courage. I've seen people endure really hard conditions. And I've seen nothing but smiles on people's faces. It's refreshing as hell.
Right on. Right on. What about yourselves?
I've seen just pure peace, man. I mean, I've never seen so many good people in one spot in my life.
Yeah.
I've had more second per second hugs. I've hugged for more seconds in the last couple weeks than in my entire life prior.
That's awesome.
That's H/S, hugs per second.
Yeah, hugs per second. That's awesome. No, yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, you guys got your little tent out here. You got, a place to stay warm, and like, well, I met Cal here. I'm sorry, what's your name again?
My name's Jim.
Jim, right? Sorry, and then this is Bear over here.
Bear.
Yeah. Like, I met Cal briefly over at the shawarma hut over there, and hopefully we'll get back and talk to them about their business and how well it's been doing.
Quick thing in there, we were using the washroom. I've used the washroom a couple times. I offered the guy $20 just after we used the washroom, and he wouldn't accept it.
Wow,
He's allowing us to use the washroom. He wouldn't accept the money that we were offering to him.
Yeah.
And furthermore on that, he even sometimes brings out at the end of the night when he's closing any extra food that's instead of wasting it, he brings it out for us here. Great.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, and but like, I end up going into the shawarma place there, just to go and talk to the owner and see what kind of business was going on. And then Cal showed up and he started talking to me, and well, we had a great conversation talking about everything that was going on. And it's just incredible to see what's all happening. Like, everybody coming together in unity. Like, did you guys know each other from before?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Okay. But like today, like, I've had people coming up. Oh, hey, who are you? Where are you from? How's it going? Giving me love. And it's just like, holy shit. Like, it's one giant happy family. That's the best way I can describe it.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah.
So for me, right, like this whole movement, like I've been involved in it for quite some time, and I met this wonderful man right here before before this happening, this convoy, right?
Yeah.
And it's people like him that's gotten me to this point, right? And then even coming up to this point, because like there's so much that's been going on. And like there's been so much divide with family, my own friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they became like my family, you know what I mean? From time now, right? And that's what's kept me going. And then just before this, I was losing hope again, and I was ready to leave Canada, right?
Yeah.
But I've been waiting for this here, and then we got here, and it was just like I could see the joy in the people I'd already known's face, and it's just been fantastic. I've been dying for this. I mean, I've been so lost for so long, right? Before even the pandemic, right? But this has just been beautiful. Like, I can't describe it. Words can't describe it.
It's like the rebound from the isolation. It's like we were all like in these little freaking bubbles, and then all of a sudden it just popped and poof. And we got this great big amorphous, weird moving orb of people we don't even freaking know that are of like mind, love the truth, and are screaming. Even when people don't know the same language, they go, freedom, liberty, and then we all understand the same language.
Love.
No, that's absolutely incredible. And as I said, just looking around, see what you guys have been up to. Like, I know you had some stuff that you were busy taking care of to help out the truckers. I saw what was going on, and that was absolutely fantastic. And like, that's what I can't believe. Just how much everybody's come together. The love, the support.
You touched on the fact. You asked whether or not we knew each other. We just happened to.
Yeah.
But if I walk 2 meters that way or 2 meters that way, doesn't mean I know those people too.
Yeah.
And yet they feel like similar.
Yeah.
Similar in that, and it seems like the commonality is look in their eyes.
Yeah.
It's so clear. When you see their eyes, you can see their heart.
Yeah.
The other ones will either turn away or they'll, kind of cover up or something.
Yeah.
And the ones that are our team are looking at each other.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. No.
It's right there. It's easy.
And
the happiness in their lives.
The happiness.
and even further, this is a spiritual war. I've been hearing it for a while, right? And I didn't quite understand, but since, you know, being here, you could feel it, like the connection between people, and you could feel when there's somebody that's sinister. You could feel it, like I've been getting goosebumps like so many times in a day. It's not even funny. My hair stand up and everything. Yeah, it's a spiritual war, and I'm connected in it spiritually now. Like, you know, I went into the other day on Sunday, we heard about anti-protesters protesting, right?
Yeah, which seems like a little bit of an oxymoron.
Yeah, but they were blocking a little rolling convoy that was going around town, and we got called in. Yeah, and that's where I actually found the small fringe minority that's so hatred and racist and terrorist violent that they were talking about, because it's not us. No, I found what he was talking about. They were like, it was the worst. It was the most hatred. Like, it was night and day. Yeah. This is just so beautiful that I can't even describe. That was the most hatred that I've ever felt in my life. Yeah. And I actually touched on it there. I told them, and they were trying to say, no, it's here. And I'm like, actually, if you want to go on that, let's march right now. I'll walk through with you. Yeah. Every one of you can walk through, and they will serenade you with love. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the worst feeling I've ever had, was right here, right now in my life. Yeah. I thought that before, that I felt like I was lost. This is like, wow, it's awakening, right? No. And you don't, like they say, you don't really appreciate something until you've had it taken away. Well, I had all this taken away from me for that couple hours I was there. Yeah. And I realized how much I'm appreciating this, you know? Yeah. And
you know what's really weird about that thing too, was that the signs that you saw these people holding are the same kind of signs that you would see these people. Like,
they also have the Chinese, the CPP flag.
Oh, it was much darker in tone. What I mean was specific signs. Like, there were people saying "love everyone" in that group, and yet the group was turning on the individuals that they perceived as not being like them. Yeah, and it was a really pack mentality kind of thing. And it was wild. It was interesting.
Yeah, like if they want to try and turn us, we're there. Why not talk to us properly and try and make us understand where they are, and then we can have an open dialogue, and we can come out with something. Right. But they didn't even want that. They just want they just want to smear us with hate.
Right. Yeah. And although a couple of days earlier, the same thing in reverse happened down in Wellington. I remember down in Parliament, there was about 100 people around one anti-protester who had a sign that said "Go home, terrorists," blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay, and then it was like 4 or 5 people talking to this person. One person was like, "What are you talking?" Like, chirping at the sign, and the other one turns to them and goes, "Hold on a second. We defend her right to carry that sign, so how about you don't worry about it?" And the whole thing broke into, there was 100 people into groups of 2, 5 little conversation groups, and they left her to speak with one guy. And it was incredible.
I thought you were talking about the guy. There was a guy too. He was standing there. He's a big dude, right? And he was wearing like coveralls like this, and he was standing there with a sign. He's saying, "We're not gonna stand for people taking over our city." Right? And I turns around, everybody's freaking out, going at him. There was cops in there, and I come in and I was like, guys, his sign is not, it's the same thing we're saying. We're not standing for the government taking over our country, our cities. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying the same thing, only he's referring to us, but he means the same thing, right? He's trying. And at the same thing.
Speaking the same language, we just can't hear each other.
Right? Yeah. And you know, at the end of the day, if he's standing here, they're like, yeah, but he means this. I go, but it doesn't matter. We're all fighting for the freedom to see, and how are we trying to say you can't have your freedom to say what you want to say? Exactly. Yeah. Right? And I go, and if he's coming in your negative energy, when you're doing this, you're letting his negative energy.
Feeding the negative energy.
And it's growing. Yeah. If you don't let it grow, it's like a bully in school. If you don't let him bug you, he stops bugging you. Yeah. His whole objective is to bother you.
If you have not seen the protest videos, you got to go back and watch them. Yeah. It shows as clear as day the difference between the way these people here operate and the ones that don't want these people to hear. It's amazing. It's clear as day.
And on that day,
my heart does go out to them. These are clearly people that have experienced trauma. A lot of times I see it. Yeah. And I'm, but like, when you step back and get rid of the vitriol that's coming from whatever way. Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of trauma in this world, and a lot of these people have been traumatized. Yeah. Whether by the pharmacian institutions since they were kids, procedures and this and that, and parents, whatever. And so they're split, they're broken. The human body and nervous system is a fragile, mind is. It could be though, if I was there. So
and the isolation has only exacerbated that. I mean, in the past year and a half, you got everybody by themselves. They got no social lives. They got no way to. You're not even breathing properly. In fear. A
lot of CO2.
And this is new to everybody. This is new for everybody, and we're all learning, and we're all organically learning and going forward, right?
Yeah.
Because this is new for everybody.
There's no central planning on all this stuff. It's
right?
like just everybody.
It just happened finally, right?
Yeah.
It's overnight. It just was like all of a sudden we got a bunch of unity going on.
Yeah.
And it's new for everybody, and we're all making it work and coming together, right? It's so beautifully and just organically, right?
This is Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, at work.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Like, there's so many points that you made, you know, and I was talking to Bear earlier. Normally, I'm a guy you can't get to shut the fuck up, but I've been at such a loss for words, and like you guys just been spitting it out. And like you're right with the anti-protesters, right? They're coming in, they're wanting to say what they want to say, and I honestly had a bit of a laugh when I heard that Antifa was going to be showing up, because I'm like, wait a second, we're fighting against fascism ourselves. Now you want to protest against us?
Yeah.
So let's think about that. You might want to look at your name again, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a whole other story in itself.
But on that too, on that note,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of that's only just to keep us busy on that.
Yeah.
Well, the bigger problem, I think anyway,
Yeah.
is that because we're all vulnerable right now,
Yeah.
and we've got our open arms and we're trying to unite, they're going to take advantage of our vulnerability and get people in to infiltrate so that they can tear our groups apart from the inside out.
Right.
I think that's more their game plan, right? Because
Yeah.
if I was up on the top and I'm trying to be tactic to get in this, that's what I'd be doing, right? I'd
Yeah.
be wanting to put plants in there.
Yeah.
But then they occupy us with thinking it's vandalism, it's this, it's that, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what it is. I don't
No.
think that's the small end of it.
Not
Yeah.
one act of any of that. There's been nothing but good positivity.
Oh yeah.
Any of the actual people here.
Yeah.
The only anything you'd ever hear, I don't fucking listen to fake. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah.
listen to
Beer
real
porn.
news, real media.
Yeah.
You know, real.
If it's edited,
real
it's
minds.
suspect.
Yeah.
But,
It's
but
edited, it's
anything,
suspect.
the only things that any happen anywhere that you might have heard about has been literally paid infiltration,
Yep.
off-site. Like, you might as well
Yeah.
just get a stage. You know,
Yeah.
get a bunch of props, do some makeup, set it up, get the right shot,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a little, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not
So
one.
true.
Not
No.
one. These people are
No.
fucking unreal.
And that's the thing. Like I've been talking to a couple police officers there, and I've asked them straight out, tell me, what's been the issues? What's been going on? What are the big things? Well, we really haven't had any issues at all. It's like,
They know.
The streets have never been
To touch
clear.
on that?
Crime has
Yeah.
gone down.
To touch on that too, Durham Regional Police came here. They were called in on Thursday.
yeah,
No.
Red hats.
Yeah, Thursday and for Friday to come and break up as much as they could.
yeah,
I was talking to him on Friday evening,
Yeah.
and he was walking. He's a big man,
Yeah.
and he's big smiles, and he had like 20 Durham Regional officers behind him, right?
yeah,
So I went up and I started talking to him, and I was like, you know, I heard that you guys were called in to break up everything. And he goes, yeah, we came in yesterday. And I go, so were you breaking up anything? He goes, nope, we got here. And we were lied to, that everything the way it was. And when we seen what was going on, it was too Canadian for me.
Yeah.
And I go, okay. And I go, yeah. And he goes, I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
And he shook my hand. He held it tight. Every one of those officers behind him
Yeah.
looked at me. They didn't do any disruption.
yeah.
Right?
No.
And-
No, I never saw them doing anything.
No.
Those
So,
were red hats.
okay,
Yeah.
another quick question for you now. So apparently the police chief of Ottawa has just resigned.
Yes.
That's something.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Now,
It's the sound of
I,
the
like,
police.
I had an idea, honestly, about what's going on, because at the very beginning, right, when this first went down, they ended up going and asking him, you know, like, oh, you got to do this, got to do this. And he's like, guys, it's a peaceful protest. What do you want me to do? You know, there's love, there's all this, crime's down. You have, you know, like we're not having any incidents, you know, like
You're referring.
what do you want me to do? And then a day or so later, you know, all of a sudden he switched into Mr. Gestapo.
Yeah.
And like I remember seeing the press conference they did the day before, which was actually like a talk with the councilors, you know, the city councilors, and they're just like on them and just like, no, you got to do something, you got to do something, you know. And I don't know, I personally think that once the cameras went off, he had a good talking to by the councilors to say, if I can sort this out.
Total
Yeah.
line.
But at the same note, all of his information came out.
Yeah.
And he was with CSIS, he was working with the WEEF, so he's a bad person. So I don't
Yeah.
know how much talking
Oh,
they
I
really
didn't
had
know
to do,
anything about
right?
that guy.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff, like paperwork that came out from Rebel News on him, right?
Yeah.
So
Any word on successors?
on what?
Nothing.
Success. Who might be?
No.
No.
But like,
No.
so he was already a bad person. Why he came out nice in the beginning, I don't know. But he did
Yeah.
switch. But the thing is when he switched, the cops didn't follow his suit.
No.
So people are like worried that they're going to get somebody that's bad in there. Well, he was bad and they didn't listen. So somebody else comes in bad. The police aren't listening to them anyway. So the only thing we can hope for is that somebody comes in that's good.
Right.
Right? But even if they put in somebody bad, the police aren't listening.
No.
And that's waking more and more police up. They're going, like, what are they really trying to do? So let them put in somebody bad again.
This guy gives me hope.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
New police chief right here.
I'd put
I'd love to.
in a heartbeat.
Perfect.
I'll tell you right now, you put me there, every one of them are on the side with the truckers, and this is over overnight. Overnight. If the cops came and stood with us, this is over.
Yeah.
Because that would put like, there's a lot of people that want to be here, but they're afraid, right? If they have the cops thinking they're on, knowing that they're standing with us, bam, that's it. You get, oh my God, half the country's right out here.
No, absolutely.
I am very confident that the police are being asked to do things that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Are comfortable doing it. We've caught them on video doing some of these things. And you can see in their eyes how they maybe didn't want to do them.
Yeah.
So those ones who don't feel good about it should stand up with the people. And you know what, man, then it's over. Just the way you said it. I mean, they're a very thin shell around a rotten core, oftentimes. Yeah. And between that rotten core and us, the public. So it is a fragile and very important job, you know?
Yeah, and most of the country see them as our protectors, and you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, to have them on our side, it would just, like, everybody would just feel safe and just come out here and stand with us. This is over like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we take out the couple of hundred at the top that are causing all the problems. Or even a couple at the top. I don't care.
Whatever it is.
Persuasion. And then the people then that represent the people who actually give a shit about the people, don't give a shit about power.
Absolutely.
Are now the ones that are stewards of the lands again.
Exactly.
You know,
Perfect.
easy.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to thank you for, you know, sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts on everything that's going on. It's been a fantastic conversation. We've had Hey guys, I'm down here at the Iconic Cafe, and I'm talking to, who am I talking to today?
Enrico Kuhn.
Perfect. Now, there's been a lot of discussion online that the truckers are going and keeping businesses from opening up and stuff like this. Personally, myself, I don't believe that the truckers are the ones stopping the business from being open. And a couple of the other business owners that I've talked to have said that the truckers being here has actually helped them stay afloat and stay alive. Like, what's your ideas and thoughts on it?
Well, I tell you, I don't have nothing to hide. I owe my landlord $71,000, and since they came, I could pay, like in 10 days, I could pay him $15,000 back. I saved a little bit ahead, and maybe at the end of the week, I can pay another $10,000. That gives you the answer. I mean, they don't demolish anything. They're actually helping to mop the floor or wipe the tables, and they bring in business.
You mean they're not terrorizing the whole joint, flipping your tables and stuff? They're cleaning the tables?
Yeah, they're cleaning the table. They're mopping the floor. They're helping unload the food from my truck. I mean, they're helpful. They're very, can I say, violently helpful?
Violently helpful. I like that. They're violently helpful. That is absolutely beautiful. That kind of really goes against what the mainstream media is saying, and then all the haters on social media. It's a whole different story, and it's kind of what I've been hearing from a lot of the other business owners. You know, unfortunately, they didn't want to be on camera or anything like that, so I appreciate you jumping on. But no, this is fantastic news. Like, I'm really happy to hear it. I'm really happy to hear that you're actually able to open and, you know, you're making back your money and stuff like that.
Well, I need to pay, because if I follow their measures or whatever you call it, I'm going bankrupt. I'm going, what they call it, upside down, inside out. I mean, they're trying to kill the small businesses because they want to own everything with their franchises and all that. That's the truth. The government works for the globalists, which is the world system, which is the beast, the second beast that comes out of the land, and they want you to have their mark. They own you. So how they own you? With the vaccine. Yeah. And how they own you? Well, first they make you believe in the forehead, right? Yeah. And then they make you do it. And that's when you use your right hand, you're actually doing it. That's the symbol in the Bible. So therefore, that vaccine is really the beginning of the mark of the beast. Right. End of story. That's what it is. And if somebody reads the Revelation, they understand in the Bible. So if you want to stay on the side of God, you don't worship. That means obey the system. Yeah. And you obey God. You want the mark of God on your head, which is you receive the Holy Spirit. You have to be sealed. Yeah. So it's up to the people what they want to do. They have a free choice in God's, what do you call it, system. But in the beast system, which Trudeau works for it, they force you to have the beast. They antagonize you. They intimidate you. They bring you to a point where you have fear. That's not godly. That's not human. That's not beside devilish.
Yeah.
So with their system, I'm losing my business.
Right. Yeah.
But when I stand up to it and I do what I want to do, I get my business back. God is blessing me.
Yeah.
Now, it was 6 months before the truck driver came down. My wife and I, we spoke. We prayed together for a long time to ask God to help us to give us a voice. And then he sent his chariots of fire, which are you call the trucks, right? And all of a sudden, a lot of Christians came out and they finally spoke. Of course, there's division because people, the people wanna believe in the system, but the system is evil. It has not your interest, not at all. They don't actually, respect your rights. They don't want you to socialize with other people. And right now in Canada, it's worse than in Pakistan with the dictatorship they had some time ago. Right. It broke every law or constitution that exists. One is the Nuremberg Law, which you cannot do any trial, experiments with vaccines or non-vaccines, medical, whatever you call it, in without the consent of the individual.
Right.
That's one thing, and the other one is
and coercion is not consent.
No, it's not coercion. And another thing is in the law, in the Constitution of Canada, they also say that you cannot discriminate when you're RNA or DNA thing. So by putting a passport, discriminate. By the way, passport. I give my 2 cents about. Who did that?
I don't know, but it was up there. Thanks for that good eyes.
So the point is I lost a little chuckle. What was I saying exactly? Oh Lord, help me out! I got my short memory.
I'm trying to remember myself there. Oh, the vaccine passport.
The passport. In the Middle Age, in dark ages, you couldn't go from one town to another without a passport or visa, and they were enforcing it. And that was the papal Rome that used to do that. Now they're trying to run again the show with this stupid passport, which a passport goes from one country to another, not from one restaurant to another or to a. And I heard some funny things, but they say 2 more weeks to curve the flag. That's what they were doing, not saying, right?
Yeah.
They say 2 more shots. 2 more shots to shut down, opposite. They're doing always the opposite what they're saying. Yeah. And, when they say one thing and do another, you should open your eyes. You'll see that they're liars. Yeah. They're liars.
Perfect. Thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy to see that your business is thriving again, because, all these people are here.
And I can pay my bills.
Yeah.
Especially to the landlord. That's all I want because they're so good to me. Yeah. I want to repay them back as much as I can. So one last quick question. What would you say to the other businesses around here that aren't open? I don't know. Some went bankrupt already, so that's why they're closed.
Yeah.
And I don't look around other businesses. But, it's a mandate. It's not a law. So mandate means that you voluntarily, without pay, doing what they ask you. But you're not forced to do it. Yeah. So mandate is coerced into say it's a law that didn't go through legislature yet. And it will go, come on, give me a break. That's whatever. What is that?
But would you recommend all these businesses just open the hell up right now that can, and they'll end up making money from the truckers?
Well, if they don't belong to the big snakes, all those what do you call it? Those
big chain stores.
The chain store, they all belong to the big snake. Anyways, they can't even breathe. Whatever they do, But the private sector, it's up to them. It's up to them. I don't force. I don't tell. No. I love and I forgive if they don't do it.
Yeah.
I had to do it because.
Well, you're making more money because they're closed.
But 2 days before the trucks came, the convoy, the Lord convict me to open up because somebody had to keep shelter. It was minus 30 something.
Oh yeah.
Somebody had to go to the washroom, and somebody had to be fed.
Yeah.
And I did, and I find out they closed all the public washroom.
Yeah.
What kind of city is this?
Yeah.
What the hell? Public washroom. So
Yeah.
the people, the protests are not public.
Yeah.
They're animal, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Anyways, thanks again so much. I really appreciate you talking to me today. All right, guys. Well, it is now Thursday. What is it? The 17th? The 18th?
I've lost track of time.
Yeah, it's losing track here. And I just stopped back into Coventry Road there. I started out this part of the podcast at Coventry Road, and now I'm back at Coventry Road. And I was just wanting to see what the mood was around here. And I'm sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Winton Marchant. I'm from Windsor, Ontario.
Perfect. Fantastic. Thanks for talking with us. So over the last 24 to 48 hours, there's been a lot of news coming out, with the Emergency Measures Act, with the police going and putting out different flyers saying, hey, criminal charges are going to be laid and stuff like that. What has the mood been like around here?
I can't speak for everybody, but my observations is the mood has been very, very good. We're optimistic. Certainly, we know what's at risk, and nobody here is coming in unaware. And so they are in high spirits. They are rallying. And every time the government does something illegal or unethical or Trudeau gives misinformation, they just expose themselves. So we take great, I don't want to say pleasure, but we find comfort in the fact that this is all being exposed.
Like, how long have you been down here?
I came down last week on Wednesday morning. We arrived, and then I had to get home. I have a medically fragile son. If he catches a cold, he could die. But you know what? We have persevered for 24 years. And this is one of the reasons I got involved, because we've never asked the school to close its doors. We've never asked the church not to sing. We take care of our son, and that's all there is to it. And so when you see these sort of measures taken and you see people afraid, it's horrible. So long story short, to answer your question, we came down, I said Wednesday, I apologize, Thursday. I had to leave Saturday night. We wanted to get back right away. So 4 neat guys, brave guys, loaded up in my van, and we came back and we arrived Wednesday morning this week. And we hope to be here for 7 to 10 days.
Right on.
Yep.
No, that's perfect. And I've seen people come in, stay. I've seen people that have come in, like myself and like you, that have come in, done what they can for a couple days, and then gone and left, to basically get other stuff done, but then come right back, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, like, this whole Coventry Road here, this is just absolutely beautiful. The stuff that's going on here, you have kind of like a supply depot to, help out the truckers and help out those that are downtown and stuff. And from what I understand, there's shuttles of food and supplies heading out to the truckers and stuff.
If you take a look at these trailers behind us, they are just full of goods that people have given. We had to number them. We got so many, and it's 1, 2, 3. I think we got 8 trailers that are just stocked with different supplies. I am not aware of what's involved in all of them, but they have food supplies, they have toiletry supplies, they have just everything you need to keep this going. So I don't want to misspeak myself. I haven't been in every trailer, but they're here for a purpose, and I can tell you the ones that I've seen are just stacked. The people have been so loving and so gracious and eager to help. It's a shot in the arm. It's a real blessing. It is.
Yeah. No, and that's absolutely fantastic, because the other thing is with the big announcement that happened Monday with Krista Freeland going and saying that part of the Emergency Measures Act was they were going to start cracking down on people's finances. They were going to go against the bank accounts and stuff like that, freezing accounts and stuff. I don't think I've seen anybody stop. Everybody's like, yeah, just try it, because they're still donating. I was in the administration tent earlier today, and somebody just yeah, here you go. Here's another $50 that just got donated. And it was absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful to see. And so there's lots of people that are behind this. Even the people that can't really be here on the ground, there's so many people behind the scenes supporting it. And I just think it's fantastic.
Well, I'd like to echo that. And it just shows the evilness. If people really stop and think about this, the evilness to start seizing people's personal monies and giftings for what? some trucks parked downtown. This is horrible. This is, well, Trudeau has said many times how he admires China because they have a dictator. But to go hand in glove with what you're saying, before I left, a senior lady approached and she gave us 4 50s, and she says, I want you to put this in the hand of 4 different truckers. And just lots of people rising to the challenge, and we great comfort in that. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Thank you, everybody.
All right, so here I am. I'm back in the admin tent here at Coventry Road here, and we're talking with Angel. Is it right?
Yes. Angel Godso. Yeah. Hi.
So, how long have you been here?
This is day 11 for me. I believe it's kind of been a bit of a blur, but yeah, day 11.
Right. And what was the straw that broke the camel's back for you that made you come down here, say, I got to be here?
The straw that broke the camel's back for me was video footage of SWAT team coming into this base camp that is supporting the truckers with love, with meals, with people from all over the country finding, like, connecting accommodations. So we have a huge volunteer base. And for a SWAT team, this is a family event. This is a family place where we've got kids here. We've got moms and dads, and it's just for a SWAT team to come in here and, yeah, snipers on the roof. I just thought that's wrong. We all got to come down and show our support. So that's what did it for me.
Right on. And so, what is your role here as itself? Because, like, it looks like you're in charge of admin right now.
Yes, I am. I suppose you could say I'm in charge. If anybody is in, well, I mean, we have, everybody has actually just stepped up with their own talents and is excelling in what they do best. The leaders are leading. The people who are, we've got tradespeople here. We have boots on the ground today, clearing away water because we got flooded out last night. Just everybody's just stepping up to do what needs to be done, and it's almost as if God's actually our leader. It's like a spiritual hierarchy or something. I don't know how to explain it, but everybody is just doing what they do best, and everything's getting done, and the needs are being met.
Perfect. That's awesome. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry, I gotta stand up.
Yeah, sure. I can stand up too. Yeah, sure.
Old guy, fat legs. You know.
It's all good. I should have given you that.
No worries. No worries. So how is, like, over this past week, there's been a lot of big news coming out from the government, you know, and stuff like this. You know, we've talked about the Emergency Measures Act. We've talked about the letters that the Ottawa police have been going and handing out to everyone and stuff like that. How has the mood been around here?
It's been positive. Everybody's holding the line. We're not going to be shaken. I believe that any measures that come out, all they do is strengthen the momentum on the other side. I believe that if this Emergency Measure Act is passed, which I just did hear that it was, I'm not sure if that was hearsay or not because I haven't been able to watch the news. If it's passed, it's just going to dig the Liberals into a hole further because there's really no state of emergency here except for the fact that the government is not listening to the people that it's supposed to be representing. Right. That's the emergency.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Now, if people want to be able to help out, you know, with this, protest and stuff like that, what's the best way to do it?
Come on down or support somebody who's here. Right. Yeah, come on down.
Now, is there a way to donate? Like, if people are in other provinces and stuff like that, because I know they're looking to freeze bank accounts and stuff like that. I'm not sure if we actually want to talk about that on the podcast, but
it is happening. Yeah. I have heard firsthand accounts of people who have had their bank accounts frozen, and that was before the act was passed. So that is government. That is banking overreach. That is not just government. You can see here how the government is in bed with the bank. Yeah. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here, people. Yeah. This has to stop. Government overreach has to stop.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. Well, you know what? I just want to thank you for sitting here and talking with me today. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming down and giving us the exposure that we need.
No problem. Well, the rain may be coming down a little bit here down in Ottawa and getting everything else wet, but I can tell you one thing that's not dampened. It's the spirits of all the people that are around here. Just looking around right now at all the people that are over here at Coventry Road, prepared to help the truckers out any way they can by either feeding them, bringing them some different supplies, bringing in different mail and stuff. It's absolutely beautiful. These people's spirits definitely are not dampened by this weather or any of the news that's going on here. There's smiling faces all around yet again, and these people are doing what they came here to do, holding the line, trying to take back their freedoms, and it's a beautiful thing. If you haven't been down yet, and I'm sure that by the time this podcast goes up, this is still going to be going on. I have no doubt. I highly recommend, if you have any questions about what's going on, you get down here for yourself. Don't listen to the mainstream media. Get out here, see what's going on. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hey guys, so it's Sunday, February 20th at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just wrapping up doing all the editing for this podcast here. As you can see, it was nothing but love and positivity down there the entire week. The businesses that are staying open, they're making the money. The people that are down there are being peaceful. And since the Thursday, the 17th, shortly after I left, is when all the stuff started going down. Arrests were being made. They started clearing out parts of Ottawa using extreme force, as far as I'm concerned. And I've been keeping an eye on all the little videos that have been coming out showing what's going on. We've all seen the video of the woman who was trampled by the horse while she was on her mobility scooter. The tear gas that's being used. You know, you can see it. There's many videos out there. Ottawa police have already tried to deny that they were using tear gas, but those are tear gas grenades that they have in those rather large-looking weapons that they do have. All right. And you can see all the smoke from the tear gas coming out. It burns. It's not nice. And this is what our government is using on peaceful protesters. Never before. Well, I can't necessarily say never before, but I know for the last number of years, anytime there's been a protest, there's not been this type of violence towards people that were being peaceful. This is ridiculous. This should not happen. And I personally really hope that those that are in charge of making these decisions and those that are in charge of committing these acts of violence are held accountable. They need to be held accountable. I highly recommend that you write to your member of parliament, to the governor general, to the Senate, and let them know that you, as a Canadian, is not going to stand for this. For any of our followers that are watching from outside of Canada, don't let this happen in your country. We've all seen what the reputation of Canada has been for ever. Peaceful country. And now this is what our government is doing. I pray and I hope that all the truckers and the supporters that are out there are safe. And I hope that those that are able to actually make it down to Ottawa to see for themselves what's going on, to show support, to help in any way, are able to do that. And if you can't make it down there, I beg of you, please help people out. The big National War Memorial that's out there, that's dedicated to all the veterans that fought for all the rights and freedoms that this country and the leadership of it right now is trying to take away. Don't let the sacrifices of those veterans be forgotten. Stand up for your rights and your freedoms. Till next time, thanks for tuning in.